In this video, we will demonstrate how to create a site-to-site IPsec tunnel using a public IP address as the local tunnel CIDR. Connecting parties sometimes require the use of a public IP space across a tunnel to ensure that there will be no address overlaps between other connections. For this demo, we brought up a light edition VNS3 controller in AWS, but the same general steps also apply when running VNS3 on other cloud providers' platforms. If your connecting party did not provide public space for you to use, you will need to provide your own. We often recommend allocating an elastic IP or your cloud provider's equivalent for this purpose. Let's begin. This address can remain detached from any instance. It is reserved only to guarantee that it belongs to your organization and is not routable. From the EC2 console, navigate to the Elastic IPs tab. Select Allocate Elastic IP Address, then Allocate. Name the EIP something like Do Not Use. Navigate to the VNS3 controller's public IP using HTTPS on port 8000. Log in and go to the IPsec tab. Select New Endpoint. Fill out the IPsec endpoint configuration. Then select Create. Under the Action menu for your new endpoint, select New Tunnel if this is a policy-based connection, or New Traffic Pair if route-based. Input the address you reserve for the local CIDR and your peer's network for the remote CIDR. You may need to repeat this process if your peer has multiple subnets. You now only need firewall rules to NAT traffic to and from your encryption domain. This is done on the firewall page in VNS3. I have already created the rules to SNAT traffic to the public IP in this example, but let's review them. The post routing rule will NAT the source of outbound connections from your local network to your public encryption domain. We also have two forward rules which allow traffic to and from the local and remote CIDRs. If you are using a global stateful rule, you may be specific about which direction connections are allowed. If the connection is not working at this point, check that your cloud security groups have UDP port 500, UDP port 4500, and ESP protocol 50 open to your peer's public IP. Ensure that source destination checking is disabled. Select the instance, in the Actions drop-down menu select Networking, and select Change Source Destination Check. Confirm that checking is stopped, then click Save. Links to additional information and documentation can be found in the description of this video. If you have any questions, please email Cohesive support@cohesive.net.